Hello, and welcome back to Basement Movie Room. We're back with another Takashi Miike film, following up Harry Carey. It is Blade of the Immortal, which is Takashi Miike's 100th film, which is just crazy. That's some huge output from a director. He's made so many movies. He's probably done more since this, because this was a few years old. So, Blade of the Immortal is based off a manga of the same name. At least that's what the credits said. I didn't know that until we saw the credits. Which, it makes sense when you see the credits that it's based off a manga, because it's got kind of elements of that kind of stuff. Kind of like supernatural elements, like kind of crazy stuff in it. But
right.
Nonetheless, the movie opens up in black and white following Manji and his sister, Michio. Or Michi. No, it wasn't. Michi. Yeah. Michio was in Harry Carey.
Yeah.
Yeah. Michi was in this movie. So it's in black and white. It's following him and his sister, and he encounters a spirit, I guess. He understands it to be a spirit, I think. And the spirit's talking to him and asking him, what he did. And it shows what he did. He apparently killed a bunch of his superiors. And the story comes in later in the movie. You get the story later. So he killed a bunch of his superiors, including Michi's husband. And that caused Michi to kind of lose it and go insane, so she doesn't talk. She's very weird, I guess. So he said he should have committed seppuku. He should have killed himself, Harry Carey. But he didn't because of Michi. He needs to take care of her. So we follow them along, and they're traveling, and Michi gets separated from him while he's talking to this spirit or whatever she is, or goddess or something like that. And he finds her. She's been captured by these bounty hunters, from what we understand later in the movie. It doesn't make it clear there.
It's almost like she set him up, though.
Yeah, she definitely set him up. I don't think there's any doubt.
Yeah, it was just kind of a...
Yeah,
definitely
she
set up
uses
for... Yeah.
She uses him.
For killing her husband. So she was still kind of there.
Yeah.
Even though they played it out like she was just completely gone.
Yeah. So she ends up in these hands of these vigilante bounty hunters. They kill her, and then you get some great fighting action where what's his name? I've lost his name. I just said it a second ago. Anyway, he fights all these guys. He kills like 100 guys. And Maiji, something like that. Yeah. He fights like 100 guys, kills them all, kills the leader that killed his sister, but he's also killed in the process. But the spirit, the goddess or whoever she is, comes up and puts bloodworms in him. And apparently bloodworms heal all wounds, and he's immortal. So you flash forward 50 years from there, after he becomes immortal and is back to life, and it's in color. And you go to this dojo where these people are training, and the daughter of the family's training, even though the mother doesn't like it. And they are eating dinner, and they hear somebody in their dojo. So they go in there, and they discover a guy who says he's the Ito Ryu, which Ryu I think means dojo. I think it's like their dojo, their training that they train under.
That's what it seems like, yeah.
So basically the Ito Ryu, the leader, Abisa or something is his name. He tells them that they're either making all dojos join the Ito Ryu, or they're destroying them. So he says, we killed all your disciples. You can either join us or die. Well, this guy says he's not going to join, so they kill him. They rape and kidnap the wife, take him with her, and the leader of the Ito Ryu says, leave the child alone. We're not those kind of people, even though they really are. He just told them not to. So this girl sets out to get revenge on the Ito Ryu, and she runs into this same spirit lady, this vengeful spirit or whoever she is, and the spirit lady tells her to find Meiji, whatever his name is, and that he's an immortal warrior and that he'll help her. So she sets out to find him. She does find him and gets him reluctantly. He didn't really want to do it, to help her go through here, and he sets off, and I think he
just reminded her.
Yeah, he looks like
Michi.
Michi, yeah.
Because he even said when she approached him, Michi.
Yeah, he certainly, and she looked like her.
Yeah,
I mean, she did.
That was the whole motivation.
Yeah, that was his motivation, to help her. So he helps her, And you said it best. You get a series of boss fights essentially.
Oh, yeah.
And again, when I saw it was a manga at the end, I was like, that makes sense.
It's like it was like a video game for me.
Yeah.
One boss fight to another.
Yeah, it's kind of like Dragon Ball Z
Yeah.
and things like that, which was manga as well, where you got fights, setup fights.
Yeah.
You know, so
And then a little exposition in between, and
yeah,
a lot actually.
Yeah, went into all these
Yeah.
different fights. The first guy he fought was the 3-headed guy. He had 2 corpse heads on his shoulders.
One of the
them
corpses
was the girl's mother.
The girl's mother,
Yeah.
which was a little freaky.
It's creepy, and that's where some of the supernatural stuff comes in, because that guy, like, the eyes move on the corpse, and like she's talking and things like that. So he's fighting these guys, and then he has one of the more fun fights in the movie is against the guy from Harry Carey, the main character from Harry Carey, who played the monk in this, and he's also inflicted with the bloodworms, so he's immortal as well. But he's figured out like a poison to kill the bloodworms, so there's more stakes in that fight than there is really in any other movie. And it sets up the stakes for the rest of the movie, because he weakens the bloodworms in Miji, whatever his name is, I keep saying that. So you have stakes throughout the rest of the movie that he can actually die now if he gets too much damage. The worms are still working, but they're weakened, so he can actually die if he receives too much damage.
A little slower, right.
So, I don't think we need to go into much more of the plot, because it'll just spoil it, and I think, it's worth watching. Certainly, the fights are interesting. The fight with the monk is very cool, especially the end of the fight. I love the end of the fight. It's kind of like, oh, wow, yeah, that's awesome.
Okie dokie.
Yeah. But
that was a good boss fight.
It's like boss fights. It really is. It's not like big battles.
Boss fights.
It's not like big battles. There's a big battle at the first, and there's a big battle at the end.
Yeah.
I will tell you that. And basically, there's some kind of uneasy alliance that comes out of these people. Ultimately, the Ito Ryu leader and Maiji, and
it's kind of unearned.
Yeah,
I mean, it
it
was kind
is
of out of nowhere.
Yeah, it kind of comes out of nowhere, but it's kind of par for the course for manga type. It's comic book type stuff, so you get that kind of stuff in comic books. But and there's some really good characters in the movie. The monk's great. The lady,
Sonic the Hedgehog.
Sonic the Hedgehog. Yeah, he was awesome. There literally is a guy. He has to be modeled on Sonic the Hedgehog.
Oh, I have to.
I mean, he looks like him. He runs at one point. It's crazy.
Right off the bat, I was like,
he's gonna have. He wears a
speed
blue.
Of course.
He wears a blue outfit. Has his hair slicked back. Like it's Sonic the Hedgehog.
The lady, when he revealed the one cool weapon that he has. Spoil that.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that lady, the purple dress lady, was awesome. She's great in it. She's got a very cool weapon. It's like it's a sword. It's like a spear type thing. That's like, I don't know. I've seen them before in video games and stuff. So it's a very cool weapon.
His weapon reveal is.
There's a lot of limbs being chopped off in this movie, especially by one particular character you meet later in the movie. That's all he does. He just chops people's hands and feet off for some reason. He kind of, that character in particular, Shira. He kind of is like there just to bring another bad guy in. I don't think he had much point in the movie, and his buddies in the movie.
To an end there,
his buddies didn't have much point to it either. No. They kind of just disappeared. They never came back. They didn't die.
Yeah, they helped.
They helped take down the Ito Ryu, but they're working for the government.
Yeah.
And they just kind of disappeared. They don't ever come back. You would have expected to see them in that final fight because the main government guy was there.
Right.
You don't. So.
Yeah, that was kind of could have tossed that away. I think there's a lot in this movie that could have been cut out.
Oh,
It was a little.
Yeah,
it's
a little
too long.
It's a little long. It really
I got a little bored there after a while. Oh God, another boss.
Yeah, there were some times it was getting a little slow.
Yeah.
But the fights are pretty good.
Yeah.
Overall,
very good.
Very good. Yeah, choreography. Choreography was good. I enjoyed a lot of the fights. I enjoyed most of the acting in it. I thought they were all good. There wasn't really anybody that was bad in it.
I kept thinking about this movie, like after the beginning. I was like, man, this is Logan.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, he heals. He has healing factor, all that.
He's protecting the girl.
You even put him up against.
Has claws.
Yeah, she does. She has these little claw things.
These
you put him up against basically someone just like him.
Just like him.
Yeah,
he heals. Quick.
Yeah, he heals.
It was a lot of elements.
He's losing his healing factor.
Exactly.
You know? So yeah.
That's all I could think about during this movie.
Yeah, which
I was like,
the Wolverine was based in Japan.
Yeah, this is just like Logan.
Yeah,
or Logan was just like this. I don't know which one came out
this
first.
one was first, but
okay.
But Logan is
a
much superior movie in my opinion.
And Old Man Logan was a comic book too. So.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
This was a manga. But yeah, so overall, I mean, it's not my favorite of Miike's like samurai films.
Yeah.
No way. I mean, it's probably the third favorite of the ones I've seen because I've seen 3. But I think it's worth a watch. I don't think it's like a waste of time. It's a little long, like we said. I think it's enjoyable. I think the acting's good. I think the girl in it, she's great in it. She's a young actor. She's very good. And the main guy, whose name I can't remember his real name, but he's terrific in it. Has to play the whole movie with one eye and all that.
Yeah,
so
that's pretty amazing.
Yeah, and his healing and all that's very cool. The effects are good. Not as much blood as I expected, to be honest. There's a good amount of blood, but not a lot of blood geysers like 13 Assassins or anything like that. But yeah, it was
Twizzler makeup.
Twizzler face.
Yeah. Oh, And it's
you'll
first seeing the movie.
You'll understand.
Yeah, you'll see it. But all I could think about was Twizzlers.
Yeah, music wise, I mean, it was pretty standard for this type of film.
He throws it in when it's needed. I mean, nice violin or whatever the instrument is that they use. Yeah,
it's definitely worth watching. Definitely worth a watch for the fights and the action, and especially the battle at the first and the battle at the end are the two best ones. It's a lot of fun to watch those because they're large scale.
And it's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
It is. I mean, it's like so ridiculous, but it's fun.
Yeah. And some nice sword play, all that. Some double-bladed sword,
I'd have to say the weapons in this movie are cool.
So cool. Yeah, they went in.
They really
went all out to find every weapon they could to use.
So neat. Yeah. Really enjoyed the weapons.
You even get guns.
Yeah.
At one point.
That's right.
Yeah. Some ancient guns.
Smell gunpowder.
Yeah. But I like it. Not as much as I liked Harry Carey or 13 Assassins, certainly, which both those reviews are on this channel. You can go back to our very first review where it's me alone doing 13 Assassins. Or just 2 episodes ago. Yeah. This guy wasn't around then. 2 episodes ago, we did Harry Carey. So definitely check that one out. We really both enjoyed that one.
Yes.
This one, good, but not as good.
Yeah.
It's enjoyable. It's more of it's a comic book movie rather than a more serious movie. 13 Assassins gets a little ridiculous at times, but it's certainly more serious than the other 2. I mean, less serious than the other 2.
Serious, yeah.
All right, so I don't have much else to say about it. Anything else for you?
No, I pretty much said everything.
All right, I'll go first on the rating this time. So I was waffling on where I was going to put this. I think ultimately I'm at a 3.5 on it. I think it's good. It's not great. It definitely doesn't stand up to 13 Assassins or Harry Carey. 13 Assassins is the tops for me. Harry Carey's right behind it. Yeah. But this is a 3.5. Worth watching. But overall has some things that could have been better. Probably. That's where I'm at.
I have to go 2.9.
2.9.
Yeah, I got really bored
through
the movie.
It could get a little boring.
And then the boss fight after boss fight kind of got to me after a while. I mean, it was cool.
Yeah.
To a certain point, and then it just kind of got repetitive and annoying. And then the movie was drawn out a little bit, and so I got bored. Other than that, I mean, it was fun.
Yeah.
But I had some issues with that.
Yeah.
So I got to go pretty low.
Yeah. So it's not Miike's greatest work.
No.
That's for sure. But I think it's worth a watch. All right. Anything else?
No, that's it.
All right. We'll see you next time on Basement Movie Room.
Cheers.